everyone, we've come out here today to Sheffield, and this is Rails in Sheffield. You'll have to excuse the traffic noise, it's quite a busy road, but we've been invited down to take a tour of the shop and to be able to interview John, the proprietor of this shop, so I'm really excited. I've never actually been in this shop before, so I'm really excited to see what they've been doing with the refurbishment. So come on, follow me, let's go take a look. Hi there everyone, I've been very kindly asked to come down and visit Rails, so I'm here with John and Adam, and thank you very much for having me down here, and it's been great to look around. You've shown me around everywhere, and it's always lovely to see these sort of old school shops that are really trying to keep alive that Aladdin's cave. And I know we talked a little bit earlier on, but how important was that to you to actually keep that vibe of lots and lots of things in cabinets on display?
Yeah, very important, because we like the nostalgia of the model railway industry. You know, you get from this, obviously, about the scale modeler, but we were talking earlier about from the days of Frank Hornby and Tricks, how it's evolved, and I think it's got a magic of its own, so we like to keep, a little bit of that going within the shop when people come. So it's not just all the brand new stuff, we've got a little bit of the heritage stuff as well.
I mean, one of the things we did talk about a bit was that make it kind of like a destination where you can come and you can browse. It's not somewhere that you, like, wham bam, thank you ma'am, bish bash bosh, get what you want and go. There's actually a real element that you can kind of browse through the stock. And there's so much going on. I particularly like the new part of the shop that's just been refurbished. There's such a great vibe in there. You've got the trains going around the top.
Thank you,
and I really like that. And the furniture as well, it really caught my eye when I came in.
And that's, obviously we talked a little bit about the original 3 shops that we're going to be refurbing next year, so that's going to make one big shop. And we want to keep that theme running through where, somebody can come and spend a day with us, a few hours, rather than just being in and out in 10 minutes. It's lovely.
Give them an experience.
An experience, some people travel a long way, and we want to make it worth the while coming and visiting us.
Brilliant. And I know that you started out, the business started out, it was your father's business, and it was originally, a greengrocer, was it you said?
It was a greengrocer, originally. It used to be, we used to have a little bit of model railways, we used to sell out of a little back stock room.
Right.
And he used to sort of buy and sell. And when he got out of the grocery trade, we originally rented a small shop on Chesterfield Road, which opened 2 evenings a week, Tuesday and Thursday evenings, 6 till 8, and then it was open on Saturday 10 till 5. All the rest of the time it was shut.
Right.
And then when I left school, when I was about 16, I started opening in the day as well.
So at what point was it quite clear that model railways was the future of the business and not greengrocing?
I've always been around buying and selling, but obviously, my dad used to take me to toy fairs, swap meets. So I've always been around it, I've always been around dinky toys, and I've always had a love of railways. So at the time when I left school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I liked buying and selling. The people who are in this hobby, I always seem to get on really well with, so I thought, why not try and make a living out of it? Didn't expect it to go to quite what it has done, but yeah, it's been great, and obviously I'm introducing some of my family members today. 3 of my nephews working in the business. My brother-in-law works in the business. My wife works in the business. So it is a bit of a family affair.
Yeah, very much. I like to see businesses like that where it's a full family engagement. So it's really good to see that. And are you happy then that there's another generation waiting to take the reins?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when I can retire.
Right.
Well, no, I'm going to be in it for a few more years, but it is nice.
Will you truly retire?
It'd be nice. I'll keep my hand in, and I sort of can come and go as I please in the division, which is nice. I'm sort of more behind the scenes now, and certainly Adam and Oliver, my nephews, they really do the day-to-day running. I'm my wife, to be honest. So I think, I'm enjoying it. As long as I keep enjoying it, I'll be involved with it. But I've said to the boys, it's up to you to put your own mark on the business and grow it how you feel. So this is like an exciting part with the expansion of the existing shops and making one big unit. It's one of the things I want to see done and we don't need to do it. It's just we want to do it just to say, wow. We want to be one of the places where people come on a bit of a pilgrimage. It might be once a year, it might be once a week, but we want them to keep coming back and feeling that excitement. I think people get into model railways at different parts of their lives, but I think we were talking earlier about when you're very, very young, and you never forget that, your first train set, your first trip to the model shop. And that, if I can get a little spark of that in the new generation, we're just starting, but the older generation who's been it for ages, it's great. And I love people to come in and put a big smile on their face and make a purchase, and that's what it's all about. We're in it's a luxury hobby. It's not a necessity, but people need to enjoy themselves, and it's a cracking hobby to get into.
And one of the things that I've been really impressed to see is that you started going into commissioning your own models, working in conjunction with the likes of Rapido trains, with Daypole. Was that a big step to take originally with the when you first went into doing that? So I suppose it's a big leap to go from being a pure retailer to having your toe in that water of manufacturing.
Yeah, it's something that we'd thought about, but we'd never really.
It's been organic.
It's more filling the niche market, the things that the larger manufacturers can't do because of the tooling costs, and it's smaller numbers.
And I suppose you're in a unique position that because you're dealing face to face with the customers every day, you get a very much word on the street view of what it is that people are wanting.
And there's nothing better than bringing to market something that it's been on the wish list. If you can make a lot of people happy.
I mean, the D-Class was one for me. When you did the launch at the National Railway Museum.
Absolutely, Wainwright D-Class.
Because the D-Class has been on wish lists for so long. It's just great to see stuff like that come to the market.
And it's been fun. The actual order book for that is fantastic. So it's not really like we knew it'd be popular, but that's going to be a real, and it's going to be, I think, going to raise the bar again in modelling standards. We don't just want to make models. We want to make fantastic models. We want to make models that people are proud to have in their collection.
I know you showed me the pre-production model of the Terrier that you've been doing in conjunction with Daypole at Alexandra Palace. And what struck me was that the level of detail that went into that. And I described that model as actually just being the perfect Terrier.
Thank you.
And in some respects, my personal view, looking in from outside, is that the models that you've been doing in conjunction with Rapido and with Daypole, they're kind of the definitive models. They'll never need to be retooled because
that's what I hope.
all of the detail is correct. And is that something that you felt when you started that was this is what we must aim for?
Museum quality.
Museum quality was the key word. And the other thing is that all the projects have started because we've put such a good team together. So it's not just me and Adam. There's people who are so grateful to researching. You find good CAD designers who've got amazing abilities, and the passion shows through. They don't want to do a mediocre model. They want to do something that will get recognised as being one of the best models on the market, like the Dynamomus car that won awards. That is, like I say, museum quality is what we're striving for.
I mean, that must be a very proud moment to be behind a model which then goes on to win awards and actually beat some of the very well-established manufacturers.
It is.
And do you think that kind of drives you on, knowing that you can actually produce stuff to the standard that is recognised as being the best?
It definitely drives us, doesn't it? We don't start off to think we want to win awards, but we just want to, we've got a standard that we like to adhere to, and we like to just do it right. So obviously getting a reward for it by, be somebody recognising that you've gone that extra mile. That is nice. You think, yeah, we've done that good.
I mean, one of the other areas as well, the 3D printed wagons that you showed at when we were at York, you had a couple of examples.
Yeah.
I was really interested in that. Do you feel that the way that the technology is moving on is opening up new avenues to be able to do new things?
It's definitely come along from where it was before.
Right.
Manufacturing in the UK as well gives a lot of flexibility, speed to market.
It's so exciting.
Because we're only really on just the...
And the first wagon was always going to be the learning curve.
Which there was a lot.
So now we've got the team, we've got the people, we've got the finishing done by Depot. So, from start to finish, it can hopefully in future be quite a quick process. So we might be seeing things in perhaps 8 weeks, whereas generally if you're doing a new tooling in China, you might be 2 years.
Right.
So it's a massive deal of difference.
And presumably that means you can react to market demand as well. So if there's like a huge demand for a particular livery, you can very quickly meet that demand without having to wait for all this stuff to come through.
Yeah, it's really good CAD design, and then the actual printing process. Now things have been ironed out because Dapel had never really finished on that kind of material before. There's all kinds of things like that. But again, the first one was just a learning curve.
And of course, in traditional manufacturing, where you have to get an expensive tooling, you've then got to think, well, we've got to produce X amount of models to make it justifiable. With this way of manufacturing, it's a lot, a lot less. You've got your CAD and you've got your 3D printer. It is still expensive because the new materials are cutting edge, but it's like with anything else. Over time, the process will come down in price, which means that what we want to do is maintain. We want to see sort of prices not going up all the time, but just being a really good value for money. And a lot of the things that would never ever get made because they're too sort of niche, and you couldn't do it in a small run. It lends itself to it perfectly, so we'd be able to do, in some cases, just a few hundred items.
Right. So we've talked a little bit about the change in technology that's allowing you to do new things. One of the big things that I suppose within our lifetime has happened is the rise of the internet. How have you found that the internet has changed the business?
Well, it's been a revelation really, and obviously social media plays a massive part in people keeping connected, and obviously what you do, Jenny, on your blogs and stuff are fantastic.
Thank you.
And it's great, and I can see that getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and for promotion of exhibitions, for promotion of products. You don't actually have to ever visit a shop. You can get everything mail order. So it has been very. At one time, I remember if you wanted, something unusual, you might have to go to a toy fair, get up early on a Sunday morning and
try and find it.
And now you can do it all from an armchair. So it's. But there's nothing like visiting an exhibition.
And having it, exactly.
It's like what we said at the start about having those display cabinets and making it a destination. You come and browse, and I think in some ways, for me, what the internet has lost is that element of browsing. It's very difficult to go on a website and just kind of be inspired by what you find, because unless you know what you're looking for, often things just go completely unnoticed.
We try and take as many images as we can, 360 images, embedded videos, just to give that feel if you are sat at home doing it, that you can't physically touch it.
A lot of things we want to do is with the stock that we've got. A lot of it, I've been showing you earlier. We've got boxes and boxes, and we want to try and get it out there, because we know if people see it, they'll buy it. So it is frustrating, and people will ring and say, "Have you got this?" And say, "Probably," but it's just putting their hands on it.
I mean, when you were showing me around, you were talking about a new stock system with the barcode.
This is what we're doing.
And hopefully that will mean that a lot more of this stock that you've got is accessible, that you can find it, you know what you've got. And it's like I said in the tour, that even if people don't see it on your eBay site or on your website, it's always worth asking. Some of the stuff that I've just been seeing there is the real Aladdin's cave.
They've got the original rocket.
I spotted the one on top of it.
I don't know if they do some stuff still, man, don't they?
Yeah, not that particular.
Do they do the locomotive still?
Is it O gauge? Because it runs on. Is it O gauge track or is it something else?
I think it's something.
I think it's their own gauge.
Yeah.
So it's great to see, and we talked a little bit earlier on about. Breaking up layouts, old people's layouts when they come to sell, and there's so much stuff in there, like handmade models as well.
Yeah.
So there's stuff
it really needs to be reused and recycled. Yeah.
And it's just there's so many one-offs there that have clearly been handmade with an immense amount of passion.
Yeah.
And it's great to see in a way that you kind of facilitate a new life for these things.
Yeah, we like that.
Oh yeah, it's nice, isn't it, when you can do that?
Yeah, I mean, you said about the archives that you were able to get, and saving some of those things from the skip.
Yeah, literally a one-off items,
Yeah,
So,
and I think that's great. I mean, it shows it's not just about the pure pounds and pence. It's also about preserving the hobby.
Right. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is, and getting it to the right place. So
because there's a lot of history there. It's all very relevant.
Yeah.
But we definitely enjoy that side of it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. But also, at the moment, model railways have started to feature more and more in the media. We've had on television, started with things like Biggest Little Railway, and then there was Big Trouble in Model Britain that you yourself were part of.
Yeah.
And now we've had Great Model Railway Challenge. Have you seen that's almost changed the perception of the hobby amongst the public at large? Has it?
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah. And some people like it. Some people find it a bit silly, but I think overall it's been a massively positive thing. When Great Model Railway Challenge was airing every week that it's been on, we'll sell more scenic static grass units, and we'll see a surge in certain items.
Yeah.
So we know that is because of the program. So, and I would imagine plenty of other model shops are seeing a similar effect.
I must admit, I was rung up by Gauge Master after the episode where we built War of the Worlds layout went out, to ask me what the products were I was using, because they said we keep getting people ringing up and asking what products do I need to buy to recreate this modelling. So they just rang me up and went, so what did you use? And I just listed the stuff. I thought that was great immediate feedback of the effect it was having. I know from speaking to some of the organisers of model railway exhibitions, they're saying they're getting more people through the door, but it's more like families, younger kids as well, which I think is really important to get these new people into the hobby. Because we talked a little bit earlier on about what happened with some of the older stuff being collected, like the Hornby 00 and the Hornby tin plate. And if you're not getting the new people into the hobby, eventually it reaches this tipping point, and we're all much worse off for that.
It was great at the Great Electric Train Show at Milton Keynes earlier on in the year, and they did a huge push to get families in. In fact, it was on the Sunday, it was free for children.
Which was really good.
Hornby did a big presentation upstairs, and they did goodie bags for the kids, and it was great to see, because it's not all about, just making the money. It's about getting the new generation to engage with it.
Very much,
And I mean, the Wally exhibition this year is just around the corner. I mean, it's great that all the layouts I think are there from the Great.
But they've got the winning three.
The winning three.
And then there's also going to be the Loco ladies. Have got their Bucolic Britain, I think it's called, with the crochet trees.
Oh right, yeah.
And then inside the Backman stand, in this sort of beyond the Velvet Road VIP area, they've got, I think it's the Jurassic Park layout from the Who's Counting Rivets team. But other than that, I think that's the only layouts that are going to be there. But there will be others on the exhibition circuit.
Of course, last year was the first year that I know they were very successful. It was hard to get near the layouts. People was like, really, to actually see it in the flesh. It
has a lot of interest, definitely, which I think is a really good thing for the whole.
I just hope it keeps going, because to my mind it's been, just really positive, and people, you can tell we're enjoying it. It's great fun. Obviously, yourself, Jenny, seeing rail riders.
And I think what it shows is that anybody can do the railway modelling if you just have confidence in yourself. That's what I've been telling a lot of people, and what I've seen from it is not just new people coming in, but a lot of kind of seasoned modelers as well, feeling inspired to try something new that they might not have otherwise thought that they could do. So, I mean, I presume that you're finding a lot more people coming in and going, I'll try doing solid water effects. I'll try making my own trees, which is good in a way.
And we always knew the mantra in the shop with the staff, they always try and encourage people, because a lot of people are very, very, I can't do it. It's like, well, look, have a go. If it don't work out right, do it again, and it's a learning, like any skill. Modelling is a skill, and the more you do it, the more you learn, and you get this skill set which you can obviously apply to whether it be model building or building aloud.
And I think you get a lot more satisfaction from doing it yourself instead of just taking something out of a box and just putting it down. And it's harder, it takes longer, but the satisfaction's there.
Definitely, And I think as well, from a pure price point of view, it's your money goes a lot further. If you're not just buying things, you open a box and plonk it. And there's this sense, like you say, a sense of satisfaction that I did. Which is great. But I have to ask you, do you have your own model railway?
I've not got a layout. I have layouts now and again for a while, and then I'll let it. I don't need it anymore. I do collect, not massively, but I have got a collection of certain items that either mean a lot to me because I had them. A lot of people go for the things that they had as they were young and sold them, and then it's like I want one of those just because I had one when I was young. But I guess I get more enjoyment out of saying we've had something through our hands. We might have had a rare, 5-inch gauge live steam, and to be honest, we're at a point where we wanted to keep everything we got. But at the end of the day, we are a business. And,
when we redid the showroom, we did have a lot of the stuff that we'd collected for the years.
Oh, we could have kept going.
We just could have kept going, and we had one section where people were coming in and saying, "What's the price on that?" With that. It's not actually for sale, that. And then that got to the point where we had to start moving that way, didn't we? Because it just kept going and going and going.
And I'm sorry, it's going off your question a little bit, but it's, so there was a lot of that going on when we did the new showroom. But when we do the original shops next year, we're wanting to make that more of an experience, i.e. that we're going to have a massive amount for digital fitting. Whereas rather than having somebody hidden away doing all the digital, we're going to have them actually working there so people can come and
watch them
and ask questions. We're talking to manufacturers, because we've seen what they're doing at the exhibitions, and we say, well, what about if people, they don't have to wait to go to an exhibition to see something like that, what if they came to a shop and it's like that? So we want to incorporate various things from scenery, digital sound, digital controllers, and we want it to become a place where people can immerse themselves and have a real, not just sort of saying I want that one in the cabinet, that they can actually come, run an engine. There's other competitors who are picking up on this as well, and it really is, where people don't come particularly thinking they're going to buy something, but when they immerse themselves, it's like they'll walk away actually making a purchase because they've been.
It's almost like a workshop thing. Like I don't know if you've ever been to Games Workshop shops, and they have workshops where people paint
it's great.
And it becomes this almost like a community feel, and people feel like they're getting so much more out of it than just simply buying a thing. And I suppose if you have like workshops to show you how to make trees, how to do static grass, how to chip a locomotive. It goes back to what we said before. It's about the full experience, the draw, making the shop a destination rather than somewhere you just call into on the way to somewhere.
They're actually trying to sell something becomes secondary because if they're wanting, they'll just say, "Oh, well, that's actually why I'm here. I'll buy one of those." And that's, I think, when people come to the shop, there's no hard sell or anything like that. We just like people to. Our job as a retailer, we just want to put all these box of delights out for people to enjoy, and they make their own decisions with what they buy and what they don't buy.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I think that's about all the questions I've got for you. It's been great to come along and get shown around. So
you're always welcome.
Anytime.
So we've got John, we've got Adam. Big thank you for the invite down to Rails.
Thank you,
Jenny. We'll be back again. Thank you very much. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video, share it too, and also subscribe to the channel, and you'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up. But until next time, this is me, Jenny Kirk, here at Rails of Sheffield, saying bye for now. Today's video has been brought to you in part thanks to the generous donation of my fans on Patreon. And an extra special huge thanks goes out to Anthony Kidson, Michael Churchwood, Bob Threeton, Alec Ralph, Anthony Hunt, William Wade, Wayne Johns, Offshore Allen, and oorail.co.uk. If you'd like to help support the show, head on over to patreon.com/Jennifer Kirk. Thank you. Today's video has been brought to you by my books, Bringing Home the Stars, Twinkle Little Star, and also you can get the complete comic collections of All Over the House, Books 1, Books 2, and also the wacky zany Life of Knobty Mouse. Thanks, and catch you later.